Welcome, friend, to Imaginings, Moments of Magic by Andrea Klassen-Koop. Taking you places you didn't know existed, but you've always wanted to go. So sit back, relax, take a deep breath and close your eyes. Today, you wake up in a fungi forest. You are lying on your back on the ground. Your bed is made of leaves and moss and is the softest and most comfortable place that you have ever slept. Looking up, you can see that the sky is gray, the gray of fall. There is rain slowly making its way to the ground, gentle and soothing. You hear the pitter-patter of drops on leaves. Looking up, you also see you are surrounded by the forest. Trees with leaves turning golds, reds, and yellows. And also mushrooms and fungi, as tall as the trees, are interspersed all around you in all different shapes and sizes. The tallest are slender with long caps. The caps are inverted, reaching upwards towards the sky. You can hear the plink-plonk of water collecting. You see the gills, also slender, creamy white, spread out around the cap. Looking back down, in the low light of dawn, you see a mushroom with a burgundy cap, emanating a soft purple glow from beneath. In this forest, in this garden, you know that there is nothing to fear. There is nothing harmful here. Reach out and pick one of the iridescent mushrooms. Holding it up, the purple-blue glow lights up the surrounding area. You see other mushrooms, some small, blue to white gradient, covered in soft fuzz, round and puffy. Some orange, like an inverted flower, upside down on its stem. Others, light pink, surrounded by a net, looking like coral. If you get up and move forward, walking along a narrow forest path, you see others just as fantastic. You see one fungi, a mass of reds and purples, no particular shape, growing whichever way it pleases. It's attached to a tree. They both seem to be enjoying each other's company. Upon closer inspection, you see tiny mushrooms with caps folded in half, small and gray. They look as though they have ears. Others are bright yellow, reaching up with a honeycomb structure, looking like flattened trees. You can still hear the rain, and you can see the drops of water resting within the branches of this tiny mushroom. Moving along, you come to yet another. It's twice your height, and the stem is a slender, dark purple. The stem is no thicker than your arm. The cap is wavy and light violet. It looks as though it might blow over in a strong breeze, but yet somehow exists within this ecosystem enduring. You reach out to touch this slender mushroom, and it sways gently. It feels like the softest velvet. Looking past, you see another attached to a tree. You can see that within this mushroom glows a red iridescent light. It's shaped like a mouth or a cup. The outside is pale pink. Beside that is a mushroom that looks like a cupcake. A small squat stem and icing drizzled over top in blues and yellows. Continuing down the path, you see there is one starting white at the top of the cap and a bit shaggy. The tips of the cap are black and inky, and at the end you see drips of black liquid mixing with the rain and falling to the ground, presumably to help the mushroom reproduce and create more magic. You see another, this one bulbous, with a coral-like structure attached to the side of a tree. There's a number of them, some larger than your torso, some smaller than your fist, all the way up to the top of the tree, living in harmony with one another. Stepping up to another tree, you see a leaf covered in little skirts, an inverted mushroom cap, indigo blue, edged in white lace. The stem looking like a bodice of a dress. Water drips down the leaves, the light rain kissing all it comes into contact with. You stop for a moment. Feel the cool air on your skin, the wet leaves crunching underneath your feet, the smell of a forest in fall. Ahead of you is a mushroom crystal clear, tiny droplets of water clinging to the surface. It glows faintly from within. If you reach out and touch it, it's as smooth as glass, but it has a bit of a give. It's porous. Upon being disturbed, the mushroom flares with light, and 1,000 tiny sparks rain down from under the cap. And yet another, hanging from the trees, trailing fronds that twist in the breeze, pinks and oranges all mingled together. And here is one as red as blood, a perfect sphere upon a stem. And over there is one that looks like a weeping willow, trailing fronds, gently making their way to the ground, but devoid of color, pale and white. Next you come to one that's taller than you. The cap is slender, oblong, and it is pulsing alternately with blue, then purple, then green light. You walk under it and reach over to touch the stem. It's warm, and as you move your hand over it, you feel a shiver crawl down your spine. Not one of fear, but one of joy, of wonderment and amazement. The mushroom blossoms, the cap expanding to expose gills that are green, purple, and blue, glowing, pulsing with life. And as the cap expands, it slowly starts to release spores the size of a golf ball, soft and fuzzy, blowing on the wind. Take a deep breath in, You start to feel a little sleepy. You lay down on the wet ground. You feel the rain on your face as glowing spores gently come to rest. You feel sleepy. You close your eyes, and you're gone. Friend, this has been Imaginings, Andrea Klassen-Koop. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, and subscribe for more moments of magic. Wishing you a day full of wonder and whimsy.